Great film, and it was chosen by this month's guest programmer, somebody I'm delighted to have sitting here with me, Judge Judy. Thanks for being here. Now, you were going to talk about a couple of things you didn't want to tip off about the wife in this movie.
Well, now that you've seen the movie, you know how strong she was. The moment in the movie where she has, during the famine, another baby, and the family knows that they have to start traveling in order to survive. She knows that the family can't go with her, with the new baby. And it's clear from the movie that she kills the baby after it's born so that she can save the rest of the family. And she also has a love for her husband. In the movie, there is a scene where she says, in order to save the family, I'll sell the baby, I'll sell the daughter. It was the only girl. And that coming from someone who had been sold into slavery during a famine and spent a horrific childhood, because you could tell that her slavery time was a horrific time for her. And she would do it, she did it so that he didn't sell the land. It wasn't so that they could have money to eat.
Right.
It was that she didn't want him to sell the land because she knew that the land was what he needed.
Right.
And the land is what was going to keep the family together.
Right.
So there's a certain strength in her that it's not that I relate to, but I think that so many women are in a position where they do sort of mold things and make things happen and are unheralded. I think that, and then of course there's a wonderful scene where they have a little boy, you know, they have the baby, and there's a cloud that passes by, and both of them say, oh, no, we don't, this is a terrible baby, it's a girl baby, you know, you don't want this baby, you know, it's ugly and pockmarked. And in the Jewish religion, we say, let's not give it a kanahara. That means don't talk grand about yourself. Downplay what you have, because if you don't, God will come and take it away.
Yeah.
Now, I'm certain that in every religion they have something similar. But I watched that moment and I said, my goodness, these are Chinese farmers. These are not old Jews coming out of the desert. These are Chinese farmers, and they have the same, it's the same sense.
Yeah, universal.
So it's universal. And I find that there is that universality of emotion that spans centuries, and certainly decades, and continents and worlds apart, people, the emotions are the same.
What's so terrific about film, what I love about film, is the fact that you picked a movie that's almost 80 years old, and you still relate to it on so many levels today. You know, everything has changed about the world. Morals have changed, behavior, you know, attitudes, clothes, everything. That movie's frozen in time, and yet what the movie says and emotions in it still are relevant today.
Absolutely, and that's what makes it classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we can still watch it today and relate to it.
Well, you're very young, but you're a classic.
Thank you.
And I can't thank you enough. It's so nice to have you part of the family.
Thank you.
You'll never get away from us now.
No, I know.
And we loved having you here, and it's such a treat for me to meet you.
And for me to meet you.
Thank you.
Part of history.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I must say, I reluctantly say goodbye right now to Judge Judy, but do stick around. Up next, we have another film for you, and as always, with Turner Classic Movies, it's going to be uncut and commercial-free.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Louise Reiner sits down with Robert Osborne and Louise Reiner live from the TCM Classic Film Festival. Then Louise dances by herself The Great Waltz, and actress Joan Allen discusses her career for Elvis Mitchell under the influence Joan Allen.
Turner Classic